So, you want to become a better value investor. In this video, I'm going to share with you the best value investing books that you can read right now so you can have a successful start in your value investing journey or take your value investing knowledge and performance to the next level. Okay, so to start up, we have none other than the book, The Intelligent Investor. This book is considered one of the most important value investing books out there. It was written by Benjamin Graham, who is often referred to as the godfather of value investing. And I mean, how can we not include this book in this list since Warren Buffett, the greatest value investor of all time, says that this is the best value investing book that one can read.
I bought a book in 1949 by a fellow named Ben Graham called The Intelligent Investor. I don't remember what I paid, but aside from what I paid for my 2 marriage licenses, that was the best investment I ever made. It's very important to have the right framework. You need to have an approach to investing that's sound. And Graham's approach is simple, but some people adopt to it, and which I did immediately, and most people don't. But if you have the right philosophy, you will find opportunities as you go through the next 20, 30, 40, 50.
In the book, Graham lays out his investment philosophy and explains how individual investors can create a successful portfolio by following his methods. He also discusses the importance of a margin of safety and how to handle market fluctuations, which are 2 key concepts that are essential for any investor to understand. If you want to learn more about value investing, this is a great book. Another important value investing book is Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Philip Fisher. The cool thing about this book is that throughout the chapters, you get answers to very important questions such as when to sell, when to buy, what mistakes should you avoid, etc. In the book, Fisher lays out 15 points that he believes are essential for any investor to consider when assessing a stock. These points cover topics such as management, earnings potential, competitive advantages, and more. Fisher's approach is more based on the idea of finding companies with great long-term growth potential and holding on to them for the long term, even if they're bought at a premium.
When he started looking for investment values in great businesses that were temporarily under pressure, it changed everything for the better. Now we could scale up to the big time.
This is a different investment philosophy than that of Benjamin Graham. However, if you combine the two of them, it could be very successful for you. Next up, we have Up On Wallstreet by Peter Lynch. This is an excellent value investing book, and in the book, Lynch discusses very practical tips and his investment philosophy on how individual investors can find success in the stock market. The book covers a simple introduction to investing, the mindset and the values that you must have to be a successful investor, and a step-by-step process and checklist to pick good stocks and manage your portfolio.
Well, I don't think people understand there's 100% correlation with what happens to a company's earnings over several years and what happens to the stock. If the company, McDonald's has done very well as a company,
right,
the stock has done very well. People worry about too much money supply, what's happened to the price of oil, who's the president, who's being nominated for the Supreme Court,
it's all
the ozone
earnings.
layer. It has nothing to do. McDonald's earnings go up the next 10 years, the stock will go up.
But he also does a great job providing you with practical case studies of some of his most successful investments, which are a great way to learn more about value investing. This book is particularly well suited for individual investors just getting started in the stock market. Next up, we have The Warren Buffett Way by Robert Hagstrom. This is a very practical book because it discusses the strategies as well as the different circumstances that surrounded different investments that Warren Buffett made and why they were so successful or sometimes even unsuccessful. There's no better way to learn something than to learn from the best, and this book does a great job showing you those different case studies that are going to provide you with some very practical takeaways. The book will also provide you with the mindset that Warren Buffett has and that every investor should have in order to be successful in the stock market in the practice of value investing. So, if you want a simple way to learn from Warren Buffett, this is a great way to do it. The next book is Margin of Safety by the billionaire Seth Klarman. In the book, Klarman focuses on the importance of having a margin of safety when you invest in different companies, and also how it is that you can handle market fluctuations, which are two key concepts that are essential for any investor to understand. By following the principles on this book, you will learn how to protect yourself from losses in the stock market and how to find investment opportunities when others are fleeing the market.
Value investors have to be patient and disciplined, but what I really think is you need not to be greedy. If you're greedy and you leverage, you blow up. Almost every financial blow up is because of leverage. And then you need to balance arrogance and humility, and I'll explain what I mean. When you buy anything, it's an arrogant act. You're saying, the markets are gyrating and somebody wants to sell this to me and I know more than everybody else, so I'm going to stand here and buy it. I'm going to pay an eighth more than the next guy wants to pay and buy it. That's arrogant. And you need the humility to say, but I might be wrong. And you have to do that on everything.
If you want to build a better stomach for withstanding the volatility of the markets, this is a great book. The next book is The Little Book That Still Beats the Market by Joel Greenblatt. The book is super practical and simple, and most importantly, it outlines a strategy that you can use right now to beat the market. Greenblatt's approach to finding good companies relies on finding companies that have strong fundamental indicators that are hard to manipulate, such as the return on invested capital and earnings yield. Using these metrics, Greenblatt presents a method and a formula that you can use that has a very successful track record of beating the market over the long term. The best part is that step by step, he provides you with a detailed look at how to find these companies, avoid bad ones, and adjust your portfolio accordingly.
And I guarantee my students' first day of class, I make a guarantee every year. They walk in and I guarantee them this. If they do good valuation work of a company, I guarantee them the market will agree with them. I just never tell them when. Could be a couple weeks, could be 2 or 3 years, but if they do good valuation work, the market will agree with them. Stocks are not pieces of paper that bounce up and down and you put complicated ratios on, like Sharpe ratios or Sortino ratios. Stocks are ownership shares of businesses that you are valuing, and if so inclined, try to buy at a discount.
The next book is The Little Book of Valuation by Aswath Damodaran. As a value investor, one of the most important things that you do is to value companies and then buy companies when they're below their intrinsic value. In this book, you will learn practical ways to be able to value companies in a more accurate way. One of the best parts about the book is that you will look at the different valuation methods that you can use and how you can use them based on the different company types that you might be evaluating. He also details the difference between intrinsic value versus relative value and how you can perform both methods of analysis and valuation to more accurately assess the value of a company. Now you know which are the best value investing books to read right now. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell on so you get notified every time we release a new video like this that's gonna allow you to take your investing game to the next level. I'll see you in the next one.